What's up guys, welcome back to another video. Today is Boxing Day, 26th of December. I hope you all had a great Christmas day and celebrating with everyone that you are able to at the moment. Today we've got another video looking at Game Week 16 wildcards. Now this is the last opportunity to use your first wildcard. It's use it or lose it. You won't get to carry it over any more weeks, so if you still have it left, definitely play it. This video is going to look at, depending on how many chips you have left, what chips you have, who you should have in your Game Week 16 wildcard. If you find it useful, make sure to like the video, but more importantly subscribe to the channel. But let's get into it. So as we said, it's use it or lose it situation. It's your final chance to play your Game Week 16 wildcard. The first team we're going to have a look at is if you have every single chip available. So you have your bench boost, you have your free hit, you have your triple captain. If you have all of that, what should you do? The next team that we're going to have a look at in today's video is the no bench boost. So if you don't have your bench boost left, you've played it already, or you want to save it late, what you should be looking at for a Game Week 16 wildcard if you have no bench boost left. And then finally, team number 3, the most important one, is if you have no free hit left. With the Game Week 18, 19, blank and double coming up, it's quite difficult to navigate if you have no free hit left. So today we're going to have a look at what your team should look like if you don't have that. So 3 different teams. Hopefully, even if you're not on your wild card, you can adapt the team that you've got depending on what your strategy is, what chips you have left. So let's get into them. So team number 1 is if you have every single chip available. So if you have that available, you probably should be using your free hit in Game Week 18 to navigate the blank game week, and then using your bench boost in Game Week 19. So with that in mind, we've come up with a 15 all playing players so that you can bench boost strongly in Game Week 19. You've also got a lot of double game week players, so when picking your cheaper players to sit on your bench, be part of your bench boost in that game week, such as Oriol Romeu, Loughton or Meslier, make sure they've got a double fixture for that game week. So that would be the starting 15 for the bench boost, but normal weeks you'd be benching these sort of 3 or 4 players. Meslier in goal, you'd probably favour McCarthy. You'd bench Walker-Peters because you're playing McCarthy in goal, but you could go Meslier and Walker-Peters. Loughton as the cheap defender and Oriol Romeu. But with this being your big bench boost team going into Game Week 19, I recommend a bench boost with this 15, giving you a double game week team with a lot of double game week players in there, with only the likes of Son being the one that doesn't have a double game week. So definitely a good strong team for that Game Week 19. Next up, we've got team 2, as if you've got no bench boost. So with team 1, you needed those players on your bench who can play in Game Week 19 with your bench boost. But now if you don't have your bench boost, it changes slightly who you have on your bench, so you can put a bit more money into the starting team. So this is the team that we've come up with. Now there are a couple of injuries in here which is worth talking about. Chilwell in there for Chelsea. He's likely to be out for Game Week 15 and 16, but should be back for Game Week 17, if not for the double game week. Now you have enough defenders in this team with Kufal, Robertson and Taylor, who all have good fixtures coming up, that you can play if Chilwell isn't available for the upcoming games. The other one is Ziyech. Now we've heard from Lampard that Ziyech is almost back fit, but if we get more news after this video, it's potentially a change for him. There's someone like Jared Bowen that we could go with, Rafinha of Leeds, or someone else that you like the look of, with Zaha potentially that you could go with in Ziyech's place. But if he is fit, I think he's a great option for the double game week. So that is the 15 that we come up with, but it would mean that in game weeks coming up and in Game Week 19 playing your triple captain, you would line up with a 3-5-2 that looks like this. You would have just one single game week player in there with Son. Now Tottenham have really good fixtures coming up with Fulham and Leeds at home, so it's important to have a Tottenham player in there, but having only one single game weeker in Game Week 19 will really help you boost that score to its maximum potential. So team 2, no bench boost, probably looking at a triple captain of either Salah or Bruno Fernandes in Game Week 19, 3-5-2 with just one single game week player. So we've had a look at the first 2 teams. If you've got every chip, or if you don't have a bench boost, you have a slightly different bench. But definitely the most difficult way to tackle these blank and double game weeks is if you do not have your free hit chip left. So this is having a look at a plan if you don't have that free hit to play in Game Week 18, so you need players in your team to play in Game Week 18, but also the possibility of playing your bench boost or triple captain, more importantly, in Game Week 19. So the way that I plan on this team lining up is picking a lot of players that have that match in Game Week 18 to start with, but also having players that played 2 games in Game Week 19 and using it as a sort of combination of both. So this is the team that we can start to look at, that we would pick to use in game week 18. It would mean that we would put out 8 players in game week 18, and with no free hit left, this is quite a good solution. That should be plenty of players, especially looking at the calibre of some of the players in this team. You would have 3 Manchester City players, 2 Tottenham players, 2 Newcastle players, as well as Brighton with Welbeck up front. This would be the team that you would start with, but then I would consider transferring out 3 players going into game week 19. So roll your free transfer going into game week 18 so that you then have 2 free transfers going into game week 19. Sell Diaz, Cancelo and Wilson going into game week 19, and in their replace bring Kufal, Chilwell and Adams, who all have a double game week in game week 19. Now you do have the possibility of playing your bench boost here, as you do have 14 playing players apart from the bench goalkeeper, but I more importantly think it's a triple captain that would best suit this team. So you could line up with a 3-5-2 with a lot of double game week players, with only Son being a single game week player and De Bruyne having a single game week in game week 19, but 9 double game week players. So you have 8 players out in game week 18 and then a full 11 in game week 19, with 9 of those having a double game week. It's not possible to have, you know, a complete 11 in one and then a complete double team in the next. So I think this is probably the closest that you're going to get having teams in game week 18 and game week 19 if you do not have your free hit chip left. So that's all we've got time for in this quick video, looking at 3 different wildcard teams for game week 16. Remember guys, if you've still got your wildcard, this is a use it or lose it situation. I hope you've all had a Merry Christmas, good luck in game week 16. If you have enjoyed the video, make sure to like and subscribe to the channel as well. There'll be plenty more coming over the coming weeks with videos as well as live streams, so make sure to subscribe. But that's all we've got time for guys. See you all next time.